Good morning, y'all. It is currently 1:02 p.m. December 22nd, 2024, and I'd like to tell y'all a little story about a dream that I just woke up from. And I say it a lot in this dream journal. I haven't had any really super weird dreams since I've started this YouTube channel, but this one doesn't take the cake as the weirdest dream I've ever had, but it's definitely a mind bender, that's for sure. Again, my dream recall is still complete shit, so a little disclaimer that I don't remember everything that I dreamed this morning. But I remember at one point in the night, I woke up and I put my sleep mask on. And I went back to sleep because I didn't remember any of my dreams. That one was a real awakening. As you'll see in this dream, I have a couple of false awakenings that I'm still trying to wrap my brain around. So I remember waking up from a dream. I don't remember the dream at all, but I vaguely remember laying in bed trying to remember it. But as I'm laying in bed trying to remember the dream that I just woke up from, I realize that I can feel my legs moving. And it feels like my legs are moving and walking. And I also remember at one point I can actually hear and feel the footsteps of my feet on the ground. But yet, I can still feel myself in bed at the same time. It's so weird. Like, I usually lay on my stomach when I'm sleeping. I've been trying to get out of the habit of that, and I've been trying to sleep on my back lately. But my most comfortable way of sleeping is on my stomach with, like, my arms kind of, like, underneath me. And that's what I can feel in bed. But I can also feel my legs moving at the same time. So I think to myself, oh, my legs are like I can literally feel my legs moving. I can't do that with my brain. So I'm like, I must be dreaming. And my eyes are closed. So I'm trying to like create this dreamscape around me. But it doesn't really work. And in the back of my mind, I can still feel myself in bed. So unconsciously, I am like convinced that I'm not really dreaming at this point, even though I can still feel my legs moving. And then I start feeling like a little tingly. And I think at this point, my legs stop moving, and I'm just fully convinced that I'm actually just laying in bed. And like I start feeling a little tingly. It's not too bad at this point, but I also start seeing like really weird lights and shapes with my eyes. And I'm just fully just laying in bed at this point. Like I'm not like this whole time I'm laying in bed. It's not at any point where my eyes are closed and I'm just like in the void. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in the back of your mind. I'm laying in bed and I can see these weird lights and I feel a little tingly. So I'm like, oh, this must be hypnagogia. I must be falling back asleep. Let's try to fall back asleep conscious into a lucid dream. So I'm trying to ride the wave. I'm trying to relax and just let the hypnagogia experience. I'm trying to experience it because I think I've had hypnagogia, but I don't know. I might just be gaslighting myself in dreams like I am right now, thinking that I've had hypnagogia. I've been trying to experience it. I have vague memories as a kid of experiencing it, but that's a tangent. That's beside the point. So at this point, I'm trying to relax into the hypnagogia. I'm trying to fall back asleep. And as I'm doing that, I start really getting tingly and like prickly. And um it's like when your leg falls asleep or your arm falls asleep and it's starting to wake up again and you get all those prickles. That's the closest thing that I can describe it as. It's kind of like that, but all over my entire body. And at this point, I also realize that I'm sleeping with my head facing that way, which I don't ever sleep like that. But I didn't really think anything about it at the time. That's just the moment when I become conscious of that detail. So that's another sign that I am dreaming and that I should have gone lucid, but I'm too lost in the sauce at this point to realize that I'm dreaming. So at this point I'm becoming like super tingly and I realize that I can't move. So I'm like, "Oh shit. This is sleep paralysis." I've never had sleep paralysis in real life, so I don't really know what that feels like. And so I'm like, I'm convinced this is my first time ever having sleep paralysis at this point. So I'm like, okay, everybody that says if you have sleep paralysis, just relax into it and you can slip into a lucid dream. So I'm like, okay, just ride the wave, you know? Like, I'm not going to try to fight my way out of it. I've never had sleep paralysis before. This is kind of cool. Let's see what happens. So I'm trying to relax and let the experience. And then the tingling and the prickles get really bad at this point. Like, it is painful. Like, this is like almost unbearable. I try to bear it for as long as I can, but it eventually gets so bad I'm like, okay, I don't care anymore. I didn't know it was going to be painful. So I like try to fight out of it, and I very like slowly I roll over and I like fight my way out of the sleep paralysis. It takes a little bit and I'm like super groggy, and I sit up and I'm like, wow, what the heck just happened? Like, I'm kind of dumbfounded by what just happened. And then by this point, I'm like fully convinced that I'm awake. So I get my dream journal and I start writing in my dream journal about what happened. I'm like, wow, I just had sleep paralysis for the first time. That's so cool. I didn't actually write that, but that's kind of what the sentiment was. And as I'm writing, I misspell a word. I think I was supposed to write an I, but I wrote like a J, and it like swooped down. And I write in pen now. I know I showed you in the first video my dream journal and it was in pencil, but since then I've switched over to pen. And so I couldn't just erase it, so I just like moved on and kept writing with the misspelling. And in my brain I kind of like what's the word? I didn't like consciously imagine it on purpose, but like when I saw the J swoop down, I was like, oh, that kind of looks like a dick. Like a big black dick. And I could actually see with my eyeballs when I looked at it, like I saw the dick. No, and I didn't think anything of it, but that's like another dream sign. And that's around the time that I actually woke up. And yeah, I'm going to be questioning my reality the rest of the day after that. Of course, when I really woke up, I did a reality check, and I'm like, I should have done that a while ago. I've been trying to get in the habit of doing reality checks every time I wake up for this kind of moment when I have false awakenings, but I just I'm not very good at it. I haven't gotten in the habit of it yet. But Yeah, I should have done. I should have done that. I should have done reality checks. That was a weird dream. Like, I had a dream a while ago. It was before I started this YouTube channel. I had a dream about hypnagogia, and I was lucid in that dream, and that was a really weird dream. But this one is probably like the weirdest false awakening that I've ever had. I've never dreamt of having sleep paralysis before. So yeah, I think that's about it. I didn't record a vlog yesterday because I didn't remember any of my dreams yesterday. So yeah, I think that's about it. Good night and sweet dreams.